see. Hey guys, okay, so I did something really stupid. My Hollister video that is called Outcomes and Advice on Hollister Interviews. I use the YouTube editing tool to bump up the contrast because I'm obsessed with contrast, and so I always like using that and it decided to re-upload the whole entire thing, and I didn't think it would. Like, I don't know, it was my first time using it. I was like, okay, you used it on this first video that I just recently made. Why don't you do it on that video? Because that video is really important to me. I almost had 4,000 views on that video, and it's all gone now. So I'm quite upset, and I was planning to do a Q&A's video for Hollister interviews because I have so many like ridiculous comments that I get at least once a day on that video or a message being sent to me, and sometimes it's the stuff that I actually say in the video, and I understand why, because like you just like forget things like, oh, I forgot she said that. But I was gonna do some basic things and to give you a little update also. As of right now, I am in college, so I am taking off for work right now, and I will be back in November. Mid-November is when I actually go back home, so I will be working there again. But my interview, pretty much, I applied for Impactor, and they called me back and they hired me, and then I figured out like a week later that I actually got hired as a model. So even though in that video I did say I am now an Impactor, I'm actually a model. And so yeah, pretty much after a month or two, I got way used to everything. I actually started knowing people, and I would pick up people's shifts and stuff. And the more you work and the more you like do so good at your job being friendly and knowing everything, then you get, you know, call-ins more, and like sometimes it's on days you're not even scheduled, like when it's actually your day off. And they really do appreciate when you say, hey, I can come in, or something like that. So especially knowing your managers and stuff. And yeah, so a few questions that I'm just gonna say off the top of my head that I always hear. A very popular one is, what do I wear? Now, it's kind of like this. As of right now, it's just an interview, so they don't expect you to dress fully dress code, but it helps because they get that image in their head of what you will look like when you're at work. White and gray. What I was told is that flip-flops, yeah, pretty much. And that's for models, it's flip-flops. And for Impactors, it can be Vans, but nothing black, okay? And shorts or pants for the girls. And then the guys, it's pants all year round. But pretty much it's just Hollister stuff. It's actually funny because I actually wore this V-neck. It's just a white V-neck from Target. I wore that to my interview. And did I? No, I didn't. I don't know. It was in that video because I did like 3 videos talking about Hollister. But just something like it. You know, it doesn't have to be exactly from Hollister, because I know Hollister can range from pretty much things that are like $5 to $200, depending on you get it the lip gloss or if you get the winter jacket. So there's a huge range of things right there. Really, if you're going for an interview and you do not have Hollister clothes, I do not recommend going to the store, buying what is on the season in the first room, because that's what models normally wear, is what's ever in the first room. And I don't recommend doing that, just in case you guys do not get the job and you don't even like the clothes. So I wouldn't do that, even though their jeans are pretty cute. And it's seriously, just it's all being natural, okay? So I know in that video I did wear tinted moisturizer, but seriously for work, I wear full coverage foundation. My skin has been doing better. I'm actually not wearing foundation right now, so but I wear foundation, and I do light things like maybe a light eyeshadow, and then like light highlighting, like High Beam from Benefit. That's really good to use for work. And earrings, nothing bigger than the head of a pen. This is kind of a rounded pen, but just like studs, you know, and nothing dramatic, like, you know, just seriously keep it natural. I straighten my hair sometimes too, and seriously, the dress code is very natural and somewhat laid back. Just you have to make sure that you wear certain Hollister things. You can get away with wearing stuff that isn't Hollister. So back to the interview part, they also say, what kind of questions do you ask you? So now, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in my video beforehand, but people keep asking me, what did you say? What should I say? Seriously, say what you think, because first I can't remember exactly the questions that they asked me. One of them was diversity. I know that they said, what is diversity? What does it mean to you? Pretty much I said this is just what I said, but do not take my answer, okay, you guys? What diversity seriously can mean anything like personality, or it can be race, or it can be different jobs or anything. I pretty much just said it's learning a whole bunch of different things, because for certain jobs, you always think it's one certain thing, but it's really not. You have to, you know, be very well-rounded to work. I said something like that. That's not exactly perfect because I interviewed 4 months ago. So that was diversity. They also ask you different questions. So that is one question they ask all across the board. And remember, I applied for Impactor, but I got hired as a model. I don't know how the heck that worked. Just did. I was in a group of like 8, I think. And then also they ask every other person a different question. So like for one person, it will be, how do you work well by yourself? And the next person will be, how do you work in a group kind of thing? And so they would just like go back and forth. Sometimes it's 2 or sometimes it's 3. They just like skip every other person or whatever. And they also ask you an example of what you've had at school or what have you had at other workplaces. For me, I mentioned theater because that's working with a group and even under times of stress. Because they ask you how you work under stress too. And I mentioned theater because, you know, that's very stressful. Yearbook because that was in a group, because most people think it's not that hard when it really is. And I think that's all. I think it was just 3 questions, to be honest with you. What other questions do you guys ask? I will mention that I've never had a job before. I said in my resume that I clean my grandma's house once a week. I don't right now, but I mean, it's cleaning. And I think that did help a little bit with me being hired, because in the mornings you do clean and also at night you somewhat clean. So I'm pretty sure that helped. And all that good stuff. I really don't know what else to say. You guys can leave comments below. My computer just turned off. You can leave comments below of questions that you guys have. I'm not really sure what else to say. I do get a lot of questions and everything from people who keep asking the same questions over and over again. So any other ones that are very, very, very like frequently asked will also be in the data bar too, so please check there, because I'm only one person and I feel so bad when I am so busy with school and 5 people message me saying, oh my gosh, I have an interview in 2 hours, what should I wear? And then I reply 2 days later and I'm like, oh my god, I'm sorry, how'd it go? Like, I wish I could have helped. I guess another thing to mention is personality. What they look for is friendliness and outgoing and clear and loud. I know that's what look for in models. Impactors, you can work either on the floor or you can work in the back, but you still have to do both. And to be honest with you, this is like completely 100% honest, okay, you guys? Majority of what they hire you for is about, I want to say, we're going to say 60% versus 40%. 60% is your looks, okay? I'm going to be, this is like being totally honest, because what it is, I'm sorry, my nose is scratchy. 60% is how attractive you are, because since it is a clothing store, they want you guys to be able to model the clothes. And I can understand why they do that, but then again, it's really frustrating for me because people come in all the time and they will say, you know, oh, are you guys hiring? And I say, yes, of course we are. And then they don't get the job because they don't have that Hollister look, which is very click-like. It's very, I don't like it, but I understand why they do. And look, okay, look at me right now. I can work at Hollister, but there are days where I put on my glasses and I have my hair up and I'm not wearing makeup, and I'm just kind of like, if I went in the interview looking like that, they would not hire me. So it is like that. And also someone asked me if height matters. I'm 5'2", barely, so no, height does not matter. Just saying. But 60% of what they do judge you upon is based on your looks. The 40% is your dedication to what you do and how much you take your job seriously. Please, I beg you, do not clock in, go see a movie, come back, do whatever the hell you want, and then clock out. Because that is ridiculous. I work my ass off every time I go into work, unless days where it's like really slow and there's nothing to do. But that is ridiculous, and you are going to get caught one day and you are going to get fired and you won't be able to get a job anywhere else. I'm going to think of something else as soon as I turn off the camera, I promise you. I wouldn't recommend having your phone while you're working. The first couple days I didn't, but after a while I did. But I mean, it's not like I'm sitting there against the table texting away. Be somewhat discreet about it and don't be texting every 2 seconds. Like, maybe you can check your phone for the time and everything, but that's it. And another good thing to keep is chapstick while you're at work. Yeah. Okay. Other little questions that I can think about that you guys ask me a whole lot. I would ask you guys to check out my other video that I made previously. I think there were 3 or 4 other videos that I made, so I'll leave them around here. They might take a little while for me to get them up there. But, because that has a lot of information that's very, very useful. What else can I tell you guys? No nail polish. Okay. I don't have any on right now, but since I'm in college, I've been like nail polish obsessed because I never could wear colors, and now I can. So, it just happens that as of right now, I chipped off all my nail polish. So no nail polish. Yeah. I'm still trying to think of stuff for me to tell you guys. Be on time, por favor. Get to know your managers and stay on their good side. That's another good little tip. And yeah, people are yelling outside. I don't know if you can hear that. Okay, well, this video is almost 14 minutes, so I'm gonna go. I wish all of you guys so much luck on your interview. Just heads up there. Another thing, like, people keep asking me, like, oh, well, it was just me and this other person, so what's the ratio of me getting hired? Well, pretty much 50-50. It's not like, oh, if there's 2 people, we're gonna only hire 1 person, and if there's 6 people in a total of group, we're gonna hire 2. It's nothing like that. Seriously, I'm pretty sure they hire 1 person out of every group, unless 2 of them catch their eye and are just kind of like, hey, we want both of them, so we're gonna hire both of them. Yeah, a lot of people do come in and say, oh, we're not hiring, when they always are. So yeah, okay. I wish you guys good luck, and I actually can't wait to go back to work, because since it is my first job, and I have no work experience, it's nice to get some money once in a while. So I will see you guys in another video. I don't know what other Hollister video I would do, but leave comments below, and I will do a part 2 probably of some Q&As. So I'll see you guys later. Okay, bye!